Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They run a draw here on second down, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw now on first down. Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slant. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Let's go! That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And now off to the races down the right side. And this is going to be a Charger touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And here are the offensive starters for Arizona.
Out wide was the youngest player in the NFL in 2017, Juju Smith-Schuster. And he also had the longest reception in the league last season at 97 yards. Actually well-schooled in route running and able to run from both outside and moving inside to the slot position in order to make big plays.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Here are the starters defensively for the Chargers. They were terrific last week against Buffalo in that victory.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key.
Here we go now. Green 39.
On third down, it's Bowers. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. Might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. Back to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And you don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? The Chargers getting set to go. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now a play fake here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Well, the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now a handoff looking right. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7.
Let's go.
They'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He'll look to shake off the interception on the opening drive. He should at least be comforted that it resulted in 3, not 6.
And if I were him, I would be the guy all the way out on the field greeting my defense now, saying thanks a lot. You held them to a field goal after I turned it over. That's a big defensive stand for them. He needs to go out now and make up for what he did on the first drive.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. And they'll go on the ground. Shedding the tackle, and it gives him some room. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there. 79 yards. And the Cardinals are able to show off their quick strike ability. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. That's complete to John Ross. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the play. Now whistles as time has run out on this first quarter. 10-7 our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football, and they've got it here with a 1st down.
Set. Green, 39.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. And they'll run it here. And an alley to run. The 20. Pushing him away. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. Tucker with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And a long run there in the end to top it off. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Play action. They'll throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Green, 39.
Now they try the right side here. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Set. Green, 39.
They'll set up to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Green, 39.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47.
Hurry up, here we go.
Now they try the right side here. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Set. Green, 39. Green, 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the 2nd foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have 2 inbounds in the NFL.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
The Cardinals on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. He'll drop to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. In for the score. And the Cardinals have cut it to within a score. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. John Ross and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. There's a lot of talk in training camp about him getting off to a hot start this year, saying that they needed that. Well, he's done it through the first month.
It kind of reminds me of one of those great musical groups where one person has their name out front, then they have the backups, right? He's the guy out front because the backups, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but we're going to the headliner each and every time. And that's not easily done because you know all the defenses are kicking towards him right now. That means he's fighting his way through traffic, finding ways to get open, even when he's not supposed to be.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches.
Set, 3-19, 3-19,
They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route. But he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
hurry up, here we go.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
They're watching the film, and it's working. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And, Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
I'm guessing he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it? They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
No grounding call there. He had a receiver near the right sideline. It was pretty clear there. He just needed to get rid of that one.
And he did have a receiver in the area, but initially my view was obstructed, and I thought that was going to be grounding, but clearly the correct call made, and that is no call.
Is that why you threw your play sheet down? Is that why you did it? Was that the flag?
You can't be giving me up. I got a lot of issues up here in the booth. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw here. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100. Looking for Fitzgerald, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Now back to throw. Well, it's caught.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Toward the pylon, caught. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. As his guys are in for 6, and the Cardinals are in for 6.
Well, someone has a sense of the dramatic here, don't they? Scoring this late in the half to take the lead going into the locker room.
Now they just don't want to misstep misfortune on the next kickoff because there's still a little bit of time left on that clock.
Yeah, you do have to bring that up, don't you? In the NFL, every play is critical. And if you give up something cheap there, all that advantage they just gained goes right out the window.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will make this a 4-point game. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Here we go now.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. So we reach halftime here in Glendale with the Cardinals on top. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll begin out in the capital of Utah, Salt Lake City. And it's the Jets who are out in front in that one. The Jets seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And it's the visiting Minnesota Vikings who are out in front. The Vikings looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check on the Saints at home at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Saints trying to finish that one off and claim victory. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And this is going to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. It's a gain of 7, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Taking a shot for Samuel, and he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
He'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off around the 27. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Here we go. 319! 319!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
What we're seeing from the defense here is a group of guys bearing down, trying to help out their quarterback after he threw an interception. Good stops on the first 2 downs. It brings up a key 3rd down.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. In for the score. And the Chargers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
I know a lot of coaches like to break their season into quarters. And how about the first 4 games for this guy? 3 touchdowns scored, really making his mark in the red zone here in the first month of the season.
Tucker now to add the point after. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive, and it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that one, all right? That's all on him, but he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive, very important.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Here we go now.
They're going to look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Burke. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 30.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue, landed. Blue.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Kevin King with a pick, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here we go. 3-19.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now let's go. Blue, landed. Blue, landed.
They'll look to throw here. And he's got Fitzgerald. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
3-19. 3-19.
They'll set up a throw. And incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green, 39.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 33. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his 2nd interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back. Tell him to take care of the ball and try and move forward.
14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger 1st down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19.
On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Well, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Green.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll look to throw. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
He's back to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? for the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They have the lead, still a one-possession game, but the defense got to stop. They've got the football now, just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation. And taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, they've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 44, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard, your defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and the people really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal, that's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for our visitors, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll return home next week to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.